So this is equivalent to
E.
yes, e raised to this quantity equals the absolute value of L. E raised to this quantity equals the absolute value of L. So if you need to review this piece is in chapter 3, where we solved exponential equations and logarithmic equations. This comes from the previous course, algebra. E raised to this number equals the absolute value of L. Now I can write it normally. So L equals plus or minus e to negative 0.68 t plus a constant c. Before I make any decision, I have to plug in the initial condition. So the initial condition is when t is 0, L is 1200. So when t is 0, this is 0. So I have e to c with plus or minus, so it's 1200 equals e to c with plus or minus in front. But I can't have plus or minus because this is only positive. So I will say only 1200 equals e to c. In order to find c, we have to apply something. This is again from algebra. In order to find c, what do I apply to both sides? I need somehow to bring c down. What do I apply to both sides to bring c down? Which function? It must be the inverse of this.
Natural log.
Yes. So natural log of 1200 equals c. So again, we cannot use plus or minus because the condition is very clear. When t is 0, this will be a number that has to be 1200, not negative 1200. So then the final form will be L equals e to negative 0.68 t times e to this number, which is 1200. Remember, we talked about this property. So a raised to log base a of x, this is the general formula, the general property is this. As long as this is the same with this, the answer is x. But yes, this base is the same with this base. So this number is 1200. So L equals 1200 e to negative 0.68 t. And we determine the unique function. Why unique? Because it's the only one that fulfills this condition. Any questions? I also want to choose one. Let's say like 36. And then I'll stop. I think I'm down to a few minutes. So 36. So 36, we have dy over dx equals 2x over y. Okay. What is the first step?
Multiply both sides by dx and y.
Yes, so I can do it in one step. Multiply, so in other words, cross multiply. That's the easiest thing to say. Y dy equals 2x dx. Already separated, integrate. Don't look on this side. What do we get here? So don't look to this side. Let's take the left-hand side first. Which function? Yes. Now I will look here. Equals 2. Which function prime is x?
X squared over 2.
Very good. These two go away. Multiply both sides by 2. How do I solve this for y? This is algebra.
Square root.
Take the square root, apply the square root, but now I have to write plus or minus. I'm not given an initial condition. Either one can work or both, depending on what's happening here. But this is the general solution. Any questions? Any questions?